Hey everyone, Coach Life back again. Welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included speed run on Oasisse. Now I let it run a little bit on at the end of the last episode just to let this get established, and as you can see it's running along nicely now. I had another little peek down here and this is getting nastier by the minute. There's more and more this phosphorite melting, and as a result it's now completely swamped this natural gas geyser. Yeah, that's not good. This is up to 215 degrees. When does that melt? 243. Well, it's well above that in here now. 363 degrees. All the lead is now molten. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to sort. I foresee a lot of crispy dupes. We're up to our 16 dupes for now, so I'm not going to take on any more for now. I think it's time we headed up onwards and upwards, don't you? So let's get on with it then. Unless we get started on space now, or get started on building our space biome up, then we'll never get any rockets going. So I want to be launching our first rocket well before 400 cycles, so we need to get going. So I'm going to need another self-powered electrolyzer. I'm going to need a source of water for that as well. I'm thinking probably this salt water geyser. So we'll core out this biome, or I'll set the dupes coring it out, and then get us in a position to be able to exploit that, send the water straight up the top, and we'll have another Rodriguez here, full Rodriguez. This one's running fine now, quite happy with that. I've got the coal generators up there as backup. Need to get another couple of doors on this, so we'll get those underway, and that will start storing up all our natural gas. Got a hydro sensor on here to switch the oil pumps on and off so they don't go above the level of the door compressor, so that should help us maintain. With the 4 pumps in there, I don't think we'll have any problems maintaining a decent level of petroleum. Scouted this area out here for a we've got a minor volcano here, and we've got obviously a regular volcano over here. This one's a little bit close to the base, and we could do it. It's possible, or also we could put it here. A minor volcano is generally enough. We've got this copper volcano, and we've got a leaky oil fissure. So a lot of geysers we can exploit there. We've still got a ton of copper we can dig out, I think, or more than a ton, I would say. So we're up to what, 49 tons of copper, 252 tons of copper ore. Got a little bit of wolframite, some iron ore, and some gold amalgam. There's another slime biome down here, I think. I thought I saw the edge of one. So we've got potential for more gold amalgam as well. Yeah, there we go. So that's all okay. I'm just going to square this off and make it a little bit tidier. So because obviously I didn't size anything out when I put this in, and I'm a little bit fussy, you know. I want to make it a bit tidier and a bit, you know, more symmetrical, if you like. So at least, you know, things are mostly on the same level, so we're using our 4-tile gap. But anyway, that's by the by. We're getting up a little bit closer here now, so we can deconstruct that. We need to get some drywall in, because obviously we've got no atmosphere here, and we've got exposure to space. That should be sufficient for that, and we need another piece in here as well. I'm just going to use sandstone for this because it's not really temperature dependent, and then we'll put some insulated tiles just up here just to give us some backing. So all of this, because of the mod I've got installed, all this can be deconstructed. Really not interested in any of it, as you've seen from my previous playthroughs if you've watched them, previous playthrough if you've watched it. So we'll just get rid of that. We'll run the we'll get rid of these plant pots. A little bit of plastic for us. Oh, come on. Deconstruct. God blimey, I did that faster than I could click a priority. They're obviously not busy enough at the moment, so best we move this along then. Deconstruct that tile. Copy that. Come on, save. Come on, save. This week, please. Right, so we'll deconstruct the elevator there. Deconstruct all that. There's an immense amount of obsidian in here. Obviously, they're used obsidian because it's the only thing the shovel's can't get through. So they've got a steel door and an obsidian perimeter. That's it, no shovel access. So, yeah, there's not much atmosphere at the moment. This is actually quite cool. Normally, this is red hot. Oh, wow, I've never seen that before. Except on Rime, I think. Maybe on Rime it was a bit cooler, but wow. That I wasn't expecting. Okay, that's going to make life a little bit more interesting. Maybe we can use this, because if it's cool at the moment, then there's no reason why it would get hotter. So yeah, okay. We shall see. So we'll take a ladder out here. And we'll take a ladder directly up. Let them do that. I should have actually no. Don't want to make that out of igneous. I want to make them out of mafic. So we'll just door. Put a door in there as well. Right. So let's just change that to mafic. Just because it's the local material on hand, it would make sense to use that. Right, bloody save games. What's the save game frequency on this? Oh, yeah, we don't need every one cycle, that's for sure. Let's go for 10, I think that'll be plenty. At least if I get an error occurred, you can actually still save it once it crashes. So if that happens, then we've got scope to rescue it. I'm just going to put a ladder across there, deconstruct all this steel up here. Every little helps. And obviously we'll replace those with drywall. And we use mafic now we're up here. Right, how have we got, what have we got? Well, we've got plenty of oxygen there that's not being used. So I think we'll run a pipe up. And just get oxygenating that. I love the echo in there, it sounds awesome, doesn't it? Right, so how much steel are we up to now then? We're going to need a ton for building bunker doors and bunker tiles. Steel, 12 tons, that's nowhere near enough. How's it going in here? Waiting for materials, what are you waiting for? You got lime, you got refined carbon, you haven't got iron! Oh god, we're being held up by iron. Let's get you on iron as well. Ooh. That's not good. Come back to that in a second. Right, why's that got so hot in there? I bet it's... Right, we're going to need to run a pipe under there, I think. Okay, let's rely on the fact that we don't have to fill our tanks again, because that would be a pain. I think what we'll do is we'll run a length of insulated copper. I don't think that mid one is that essential, to be honest. So we'll just run it down here and back up there. Confined, Barney. Where are you confined? Oh yeah, you've dropped a load of regolith, haven't you? Oh, I've just realised they're not in Atmos suits. Are they up here? Yeah. Okay. Perhaps that's probably not such a good idea, actually. Let's change that door to in only, and we'll get some Atmos suits probably in here, and then we'll take them out that end. How far? Oh, it's roughly the middle, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Well, we'll get some Atmos suits probably on a second floor or something, so that they're going up and through to get into the Atmos suits. I'm not going to use the jetpacks because they just monster lag. So yeah. All right, you can go back in now. Yeah, good. Right. That's that taken care of. Right, so how many Atmos suits have we got spare? Any at all? No, none. Right, so Atmos suits copper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll need more than that long run, but that will do us for now. And what I think we'll do... Yeah, we'll deconstruct that ladder. Oh, not yet. We'll run it straight up here and deconstruct that. If I put the bottom one on priority 9, it will do that first. No, you won't. Yeah, exactly what I didn't want to happen. Thanks for that, dupes. Oh well. Nothing like super dupe, is there? What are their stats like now? Barney, let's have a look at some of these skills then. We've got 14 construction, 26 excavation, 24 athletics. That's nuts. No wonder they're so fast. I don't need it there, but I want to make it look nice and tidy. Good, good, good. Right. So we need a second floor, which we'll just make out of mesh tiles. No, we can't, because we've got a backing on there. So we need to deconstruct the background building, and we'll just do that on there. Deconstruct regular buildings. Yeah, although, whether you're aware of this or not, the mesh tiles, although they look as though they're exposed to space, they're not actually exposed to space, so they don't need or can't have any drywall behind them. So, right, stations, we want an Atmos suit checkpoint, and we'll make that out of coppers plus 50, I think, that'll be fine. So we'll put that there, and then we'll put some Atmos suit docks, 10 of them to be precise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So although that looks as though it's exposed to space, it actually isn't. Now what I like to do, if I'm using these indoors, is I use the wallpaper made out of mafic rock, and that gives the same effect aesthetically. So it still looks like you've got drywall behind it, even though you haven't. And the wallpaper doesn't do the same thing as drywall, although it's just decorative. It doesn't actually cut out the gases, so you can't use the wallpaper on the rest of it. Anyway, right, so we need to deconstruct a couple of tiles there. In the meantime, I'm going to run this ventilation pipe, which clearly isn't getting as much. Oh, why are we doing this again? Are we? Have you got another? It's still set to polluted oxygen. It'll be hydrogen now. Hopefully it will remain hydrogen. I found a tiny bit of polluted water in here. I hadn't seen it before. Anyway, I mopped it up and took it out. Did have to break into there, or did have to go in, but I've locked them out again now. They also collected up a few rocks and things that were in there, so that's all done now. So ventilation, we're out to run that. Got all the hydrogen out of that pipe yet? Yep. Right. Do that. Now what we're going to use for power. That's got way too much load on it already, so we will want another power transformer. What are we pulling on this at the moment? About 2 kilowatt. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4 kilowatts of generation. And down here we have 15 plus 2400. Yeah, we've got plenty at the moment. So that will be fine. Right, okay. So power. Now at the moment we're running on 2 separate grids. So I think it would make sense to get those put together, don't you? So we'll copy that ladder. We'll dig across here. We'll not look at that very beautiful gold volcano that we're going to obliterate at some stage. Deconstruct. Power wires. Don't think that's doing anything, is it, at the moment down here? But just check. Oh yes, it is running that, but I'd already planned to change that. So we'll take that, and that will replace those. So this, as soon as that's deconstructed, we can run a heavy wire up here, up to the top, across here, and we'll deal with that wall in a second. Oh, and I've run it up the wrong way. Oh no, I haven't. I can run up here, that's fine. Right, we'll want heavy joint plates. One there. One there. Right, so now it was just reporting an overload there because there was a little section of wire still connected to it. So, right, that one. That one needs to be reconnected. Is that done? And then we'll continue to run this up to the top, which will give us a fairly good power grid up the top to connect to when we have solar and everything else. Fantastic. Right, we will add a fire pole. Dig down here. And speed transit, we will deconstruct that tile and put some drywall there. Utilities, drywall. You want to take the wallpaper down first, of course you do. Right. Why have you not built that one? Right. Ventilation. That's a full pipe of oxygen. Let them get on with that. And now let's, while they're doing that, we will 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, right. Not enough materials. So, I hate to say this game. I'm going to cheat and plot it all out. Wow, that's one hell of a deep space biome. Just keep going. All the bits that we can see that are visible. I'm only going to take it to there. Because I think we're hitting abyssalite there, I think. Lovely. So as soon as we've got some Atmo suits in there, and they're all stocked up with oxygen, we can get out there and dig that lot up. Right, steel. 17 tons we're up to now. Excellent. So, we definitely need to get some plastic in here and sort this gas problem out. We've got a real carbon dioxide problem in here, so I'm going to deal with that for all our critters staff. I think most of them already have, to be honest. So I'm going to deconstruct that first of all. I'm going to deconstruct those two. No, I'm not. Now I am. Right, ventilation, mini gas pump. Come on, come on, come on. That's going in there. Just put a gas pipe straight out the bottom. High pressure gas vent. We'll leech off this wire here because it's only 60 watts. Oh, that's not even connected. So that's not good. Oh, it's because I just deconstructed that building. Right, automation, gas element sensor, automation wire, and now we're a tile short in here, I believe. Maybe even two. Yeah, 2 tiles, I believe. Pop those in. No, we'll make that a mesh tile. Just still got a little bit of bleach stone left in there. So, right, gas element sensor, carbon dioxide, done. So if there's carbon dioxide there, there will always be carbon dioxide here because it's heavier. So that should make sure that as soon as we've got any here, this will pump it out. If it's over here, then it will wait for it to get across, because remember, lighter gases go top left, heavier gases go bottom right. So always remember that. So if I put the pump over here, it wouldn't be as effective, but over here, this side on the right, it's more effective for heavier gases. If you want to go lighter gases, put it on the left at the top. Right, that's good. Happy with that. That'll sort itself out. At last, long overdue. Got a lot of polluted oxygen over here, so I'm just going to deal with that very quickly. 1, 2. Where can we squeeze another one in? Put a couple over here as well. And maybe we can put a tile there now. Could do if it would. Oh no, it's got a heavy watt conductive joint, heavy watt wire there, isn't it? So I can't. I'll have to replace that with a heavy watt conductive joint plate. Which I guess I can do now. So we'll just stick that in there now. Put another and another one on there. Great, that'll deal with that. So where are we up to here? We've still got no power on here? Why have we got no power? Which bit haven't been connected yet? Oh, that bit. That would make sense. dig that out. Put the ladder all the way up. And get that done. And we'll get these suits delivered. 1, 2. I wish you could do copy settings on these. I mean, you don't use it once, but that once is like really handy. Right. So, deconstruct. Deconstruct. Just do a little copy there. Go. I didn't realise I'd copied an old dig there. Because obviously just moved them around as well. Right, so we'll do digs across. This is just a new style of digging I'm trying out, which should result in less trap dupes. But yeah, your guess is as good as mine for that will actually work. But I've noticed that it happens mostly when they start here, they dig up, and then they dig into here, build the ladder, and then they dig out underneath them and they can't get back in again. So if they're just digging 2 rows at a time, I think that will stop them from getting trapped. Yeah, not when we're digging regolith, then all bets are off when you're digging regolith, because that's just like digging sand. Yeah. Anyone who says, yeah, it's difficult digging in the sand on Oasisse, you haven't done space yet. That's where it really gets difficult. You are pretty much guaranteed regularly trapped dupes in space. Right, there was a fire pole under there. I think it's been buried. Need some more drywall there, so we'll get that in, and we'll put one there just to even it out, and we'll make that so it looks tidy. In fact, we'll take it down a couple more blocks just to get rid of that sand as well, because that will eventually fall out in some way, shape or form, I'm sure. There we go. That door obviously is locked. Now, we're not going to use that. Leave them to get on with that. Just watch out for my mod calling this for trap dupes, that's all we need. Right, I'm just sizing this up at the moment. This is my current petroleum boiler setup. So just got to decide where I'm going to put it. See, that would actually go really well there. Yeah, that would really go well there. Right, okay. So what we'll do is we will rebuild some of this. So heat is going to be an issue here. We are going to create a vacuum, obviously, but you know, when it comes to materials in this early on in the game, there's just no substitute really for ceramic on this. You can use obsidian, but the heat comes through it eventually, and you end up with this great big glowing red box in the corner. Start off with ceramic. You can go to 2 layers once you've dug in there, and then no heat's getting out of there. It's going to be a vacuum anyway. But yeah, that's definitely the best way to go. Right, so we're going to deconstruct these because these are all going to be going soon. And we'll replace them with ladder segments. There's no polluted oxygen down here now. So we'll just replace those, and then when time comes to deconstruct the ladder, I can just do it all in one hit because it's all connected. As long as it's all connected, like that, I can take it all out in one go. Right, so we need to build a liquid lock. So what we will do is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That will do for that. And then we will... How big do we want to make this magma tank? So the one I've got at the moment is a little on the small side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 down. I've reported a bug to Clay on the these bottle emptiers because for some bizarre reason, when you're doing it at the moment, a lot of the time they just seem to take 40 kilos rather than the full 200 that they're supposed to. So I don't know what's going on there. Right, let's just have a look, see how that fits in now. Yeah, that'll still be okay. So just trying to work out where the doors are. I think that's the corner there. Ooh. So I need to overlay that on something where they can't build it so I can just see it's not very clear. Right, so that's the magma inlet just there. Okay. Cancel that. It's starting to dig it already. Starting to build it. Right, they're obviously itching for some work to do. I thought I'd given them a load up in space, but clearly not. So, if that's the magma inlet, there, I think we're going to need to change this very slightly. So I'm just working out which bits I'm going to deconstruct and which bits I'm going to keep and how I'm going to redo that. Right, that is the correct level. So let's just plonk that down for a second. We'll cancel that because that's not needed. Cancel that because that's not needed. And so we've got that there. So that's obsidian. We'll copy that tile. No, actually, we'll cancel that. What are we running down the outside of here? So we've got obsidian double layered with mafic rock. Okay. Right, deconstruct buildings. We want to deconstruct all of that. Initially. Fantastic. And we'll use the blueprint. We'll just plonk it down on top again. There. Once again, we'll cancel that one in the corner. And that, yeah, we'll need to change this. So deconstruct that and that. We'll run the ceramic there. And we'll cancel those ladders there. And we want the ceramic with 2 gaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, perfect. We won't get rid of that one then. So that will become a magma store with, and this will give us a blade which is 8 tiles long. That is enough to give you a 3-tile block of magma in the bottom there, which is what I use. Now it looks like I haven't got window tiles researched, so I best get onto those. Just by the way, it didn't print the diamond window tiles, so we'll get those 3 underway. That'll get us a sun lamp as well. Fantastic, quite happy with that so far. We can cancel that as well. Oh, I think can you not get up now? Oh dear. Go on, get that built. God, tubes. Oh, you seriously? Oh, get that built first. We'll put the lip on last. I think that's the safest bet. Right. I do need to cancel some of this as well. I do need a ladder across here, up here. I'll take one across there. And then they'll be able to get that built. I've got power and plumbing sorted on that. Fantastic. Right, just going to cancel that. Was this made out of obsidian? Yeah, we'll cancel that as well. A bit under here, I just want that made out of ceramic. Should be sufficient for that. Right, remember to this is all steel, obviously. How much steel have we used? 18.3 tons left, so that's okay. Right, now we need to cancel that, and that, so that they've got access to build in there. We need a couple of gas pumps with gas pipe. That's perfect. Happy with that. Ventilation, gas pipe, straight out the side, high pressure gas vent. This one will be so we need to replace a couple of these ladders so they've got access to this side of the map again, and we can deconstruct all of that and replace this lot with a floor. Right, general little bit of base tidying done. How are we doing on barbecue and stuff now? 11,000. You've still not got properly sustainable supply. Right. It's just going to upset everything for a little bit, but needs must, as they say. Plumbing, bottle empty. Whoops. It's going to make this room smaller, but I'm going to move things along, obviously, to cope with that. Just entombed that arbor tree. Right. Okay. 9. Oh. So basically now any unused eggs as they hatch. Oh, that's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Allow manual use sweep only. Sweep priority 9. Just dropped all those eggs on the floor down there. So we'll get them swept up. Cool, that's a lot of eggs. They'll just get pumped back in here, distributed between either side. Come on. Who's doing this liquid? It's not a low priority, it's a high priority, I'm telling you. We can kill those. So now any eggs that aren't used in the hatcheries, the auto hatch, will auto die. So we won't have to wait for them to get sorted out up here. So we'll have some coming from here. And what we will do is we'll have a little shipping rail. So a conveyor loader. And that will go. I don't think we'll get one that's in range of both. I'll just check though. Yeah, I don't think that's in range of both, but we'll see. Shipping. Conveyor rail. I'm going to run it through there with an extra. Just in case I have to move that over and then put another one on. Actually, thinking about it. Conveyor rails. I'm just going to do it straight off. There we go. And power wires. It's got a current load of 0 because it's only firing these up 4 at a time, and it's only running the rest of the automation there, so that's good. Right, got some water in there yet? Come on. See, they're only dropping off 40 kilos at a time, which is why this is taking forever to fill. And if you look at the pitcher pump, they're only taking 40 kilos at a time, which is ridiculous. So I'm pretty sure that's a bug. I wonder. wonder if they're stopping it because they're getting soggy feet. And that's why they're not getting the full 200 kilos. We'll find out now, won't we? Still taking 40 kilos. Yeah. Right, room size, what are we up down to? Down to 90 tiles, so we need to get back 6. So that's 4. That's 2. So if the door goes there, the tree's getting even more entombed. Not enough water in there to drown it yet. Can't see how much water it's got in it. I've got that many eggs in there. It's nuts. Come on, get on with it. Who's got what on priorities? Storing meat. Well, that was silly, wasn't it? What are you going to do now? Got to work out how to get you out now. Priority 9 that lot, you should be able to get out. So you're all my builders, aren't you? Right. That's right. You're sorted now. Flipping dupes. Right. Oh yeah, I added a little cooling loop in here. So the hydrogen comes in through here and goes through here and basically sucks all the heat out of the volcano, the vent, and once it sucks all the heat out it then gets destroyed by burning it in the hydrogen generators. Thought that was making a lot of sense, you know. I'll probably do the same up here, just haven't got around to it yet. Right, where were we? We got enough water in here to kill a critter yet? Nope. Right. Errands. Meep, current errand. You still going to take 40 when it's not on emergency? Yep, you are. I think we can say that's a bug now. Should be taking 200 kilos at a time and they're only taking 40, which is why the supercomputer is taking so long to get filled up with water every time you do select some research now. Right, have we done solar panels yet? I think we have. We did that with renewable energy, didn't we? Yep. So don't need any germ sensors. Catalytics, I will need that eventually. I want the parallel automation. I do like that parallel automation. Right, I think that's enough water in there now, so I'm just going to disable that one. Just let me fill that one. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, they're drowning on. Perfect. Drowning babies at birth. Yeah, I'm saying nothing about that, honest. Right, so we're up to 100 kilos per tile in there. That's wonderful. It's like a little gasometer, isn't it? The oxygen expands and contracts based on how much gas you've got in there. If you don't know what a gasometer is, then look it up. Fair cracking through that. Well, have you trapped yourself again? Which one of you this time was it? 39 on the ladder at the bottom. Oh, Barney, look, she's all of a quiver. Drooling. Oh, come on. I'll get that ladder done. Don't leave us staying there. She's got a sore back now. And she's peeing herself. Soggy knickers for the rest of the day for you, Barney. Right. Talking of soggy knickers, we better get a drain put in here. So we'll have a row of tiles there. Two there. We'll have a mini pump in here. And we'll have some mesh tiles. And a quick mop. Yeah, now we've got wee in our liquid lock. Better cancel, deconstruct those two because I'm going to need to put in plumbing and power. Good pipe. Right, where's yeah. Go across there. Up there. To there. And that can just go the same way as all the rest of the wee. There we go. Yeah, the shorter run coming from the top down, I think. So because they always drop whatever they've got in their suits here, that will go into the mesh tiles, run down to here, and then be dealt with by a little mini liquid pump. That'll pump whatever it is into the waste rail from the toilets and sinks, through the water sieve, into there, clean water overflow, etc, etc. Got lots of germs in our water now. It was up to 13,000 at one point, but yeah, it seems to be peaking around about 10 now, so that's not as bad as it was. But hey, we're not drinking it. I've turned off the water cooler, so they're not drinking it. It's all good. I could be really cruel and pipe it clean water into the espresso machine. Be like that. What's that coffee? The one that where the bean goes through the animal first. Deconstruct. Let that gas in. And we'll open this. Then the oxygen will go across. Equalise pressure, natural gas out, straight in the door compressor. Did I really put that gas element sensor that low? That was dumb. I was thinking about having it, yeah. Oh dear, what an idiot. Right, that needs to go there. We need to run the automation wire to there, and we can deconstruct that one. We're going to have a load of oxygen in here soon if we're not careful. Right, put that final door in as well. That would make sense. Right. Okay. Happy with that. Right, how are we doing up here then? What do you mean you haven't done it yet? Haven't delivered the suits yet. What the hell? Have you made the suits yet? Yeah, made them all. Come on, Dupes, less slacking. Excuse me one moment. Priority, please. There you go. See, I knew you wanted to do it. Right, so now they have full access. They can go out there with their oxygen. Yes, there you go. So you're happy now, aren't you? Right. Who's scalding? Barney, what are you doing in there, for God's sake? And get yourself fixed, you daft bugger. Barney, Camille, Traldo. Right, what are they going in here for? Granite, sand. I think I'm going to box you out here. Yeah. I'm going to need to. I mean, at the moment now, the only access to this is via the Atmo suit dock. So they can only get in here now, around here. So what I might do is make some changes so this bit's only accessible from the by going round and dropping down into it. So when I come to build it, they're in Atmo suits, and that will take care of this gold volcano as well. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to just put a little cut in here while I get on with digging that out, because that's a little bit boring. So this is getting done, and I've started to queue up my space design, but yep, that's on its way. Petroleum boiler's pretty much done, just digging out the rest of the volcano so we can get it started. We're down to milligrams of oxygen in here now, so that won't be sufficient to transfer any heat in any significant way. So I think if we look at the gas overlay, yeah, it's, you can see little pockets of vacuum around the pumps now. They're struggling to pull the air out now, so that's good. Get that one done. Priority 9 the rest, and then find out if we've got time to. It's dormant, so we can analyse it, find out what our flow is. And we'll go one more row of ceramic. We can take down this wall inside, it doesn't matter. but I just want to keep it so that a minimum of the magma flows that way. It all comes down here and does what it needs to do. Right, plumbing wise, where are we at with that? We are at that space now. So let's get a liquid bridge on there. Oh, another one up there as well. So we can send some oil down here. I can prime my storage, finish that off, and then we're... Well, actually we can finish that off before we're primed, really. Come on guys, let's get it finished. Oh, I've analysed that already, wow. So what have we got? 266 kilos a second, calculated average 1 kilo a second. That's, yeah, pretty standard standard volcano fare, so that'll be fine. We'll get plenty out of that. When's its next activity? 2.6 cycles. Wow, talk about in the nick of time. Right, so we've still not got that out to a vacuum, so I'm just going to leave all these doors open for the moment. Although I may need to shut this one, which I can easily do with just a simple snip. And these pumps will finish this off, and these pumps will finish off the rest of it on this side. Got an airflow tile there, so when that door's open it will balance, pull out any oxygen that if it gets trapped under here. So that's fine. Right, that's done. Let's put a layer of tiles on top. That should be sufficient. And where are we at with the plumbing now? We pulled the oil down to the first level? We have, right. So let's give a little connection on there, get some oil in here. Once we've got about 500 kilos of oil in here, then that's ready to go and receive petroleum. And then we have a petroleum out which goes into there, but only on the overflow. So plumbing. So we will have a liquid pipe out here, and then we'll send that up to the industrial brick. And just work out the best way of getting this in. I think it's going to be about there. Bridges there, there, and there. Copy that. Done. So that means first it will go up to here, and then once that's backed up, it will start sending it into our infinite storage. Oh, we've got too much oil in there now, I think. Ooh, yeah, we have. Damn. God damn it. I should have kept an eye on that, shouldn't I? Idiot. Plumbing. Right. Deconstruct 9. Deconstruct 9. And what I have to do is have to spill this top load of oil out, because otherwise it won't be able to push up through. There we go. Got 870 kilos, I think that will be okay. We'll deconstruct that tile and mop that. We could probably mop most of this up as well. Not the bottom bit, unfortunately. Never mind. Need to dig those two bits out so they can get up there, because that'll be their new route now. So cancel that. We'll just put it in there, along there. Dig that. That'll be fine. That should do the trick. And I better get up here and finish building this. I might have to deconstruct these temporarily. Not sure what the reach is like. So 0.6 cycles, then it'll have 61 seconds out of 8,323. So we might have a short wait before that kicks in. Cancel pip. I'm fine with killing baby hatchlings, but not pips. Not unless I'm desperate for food. How are we doing for barbecue now? Oh, none at all. This isn't good. We should be rolling in it by now. Oh, I know what's happened here. So I swapped those eggs and it sort of allowed an extra critter to get in there. Annoying. Never mind. They'll take him up to this one and hopefully they'll go play in the bath with the toaster. Right, well that's an hour of footage now. So it doesn't look like we're going to get the volcano. It's 9.2 cycles. Yeah, I'm not going to get it for 9.2 cycles. So I'll finish this off and hopefully we'll have an eruption for the next episode. So I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Have a great one, and it's Coach Life out.